And Kate, let me bring you in at this point as a retail expert. What Adrian's talking about there is exactly the thing that the high street itself needs to play on markets need to play on, don't they? But the problem is, when it is inevitably cheaper much of the time to shop online, people are often thinking with their pockets. So how do you get them to spend that bit of extra cash and go to a market and go to a high street?
There's so much of my life being dedicated to this, and not just looking at the UK, but also Australia, America, and seeing what brilliant looks like and see what challenge looks like. And there's a few things that I think are really key observations. On things like marketplaces, it's about collaboration and having experts. It doesn't really matter where they're selling as a price point, whether it is a more upmarket or a more affordable offer, but you need those experts, you need that character. But what you need most of all, and this is the same for towns that might have independent retailers, is collaboration. We can't all work in silos. And the future of the high street is absolutely dependent on brilliant offers. In the UK, we need to be attracted back there, because you're right, online is so appealing. It's quick, it's convenient, and at the moment it's very cost effective. So the pendulum must swing the other way. We need to have towns and city centres working together. We need the people in councils listening to advisors who know what retail and good examples look like, and they need to embrace the local knowledge of people like Adrian's Butchers, Littlewood's Butchers, all the other brilliant examples of expertise out there. And instead of just trying to tell them what to do, they need to enhance what they're doing, because this is an evolution. It will not go away, but people will still go out there and spend when it is a brilliant experience.
Kate, can I put this text to you, which has just come in from Robert in Greenwich? He says, Borough Market in London has now been destroyed, just like Greenwich Market. Both were thriving. Now it's just overpriced fast food stalls and expensive bars. Don't go there anymore. People will get bored and move on in a few years. Is that the danger?
Look, the danger is if you just try and make anything manufactured, people will not believe it. And we very much are savvy consumers, and we need validity, and we need it to be real. And that, as I say, it doesn't matter where the price point is, but even if you look at the discount grocers that have come in and set alight the grocery market, they've not sold on price, they've sold their story on value for money. We're intelligent beings, and the day that actually all businesses put customer at the heart, and if you talk about the high street and the big department stores that are failing, things like customer service that were being completely let go in terms of trying to save a quick buck, these are the things you can bring back. So no, as consumers, they're savvy. I understand completely why you sent that text. People want something real.
Kathy, there were a couple of things that you were reacting to that Kate was saying a moment ago.
Yeah, I completely agree about the collaboration. I think one of the things that is quite special about what we're talking about here is food, because only 5.5% of food sales are online. So, you know, if any location wants to start to regenerate their town centre around food, that's really sensible, because most of that is done still in stores. You're not losing food sales to the internet. And the other thing is markets need managing. I was in Bolton on Saturday at the Teenage Market. It was a great initiative. It gets young people trading for the first time. They have a market stall in the town centre, and the market management team there have to manage that. Otherwise, they'd have lots of people selling cupcakes and lots of people selling slime and not much else. So every market needs managing. And if you've got all street food and nothing else, then yes, you know, absolutely, I agree. It's going to be a bit of a trend and then go out of fashion.
That's an interesting one, Nick, isn't it? Is because you have to play to trends, because people follow trends, people spend money, but at the same time, you don't want to let it define your market. How do you find that balance of going with what's hot at the moment in the world of retail, and food vans and craft beer very much is trendy, but not letting it become the entire offering from within the market?
Yeah, I think what we've concentrated on here are some pretty staple elements. So we've got pizza, but it's fantastic sourdough pizza that's been leavened for 36 hours. We've got craft beer, and people have forecasted that people would stop drinking beer for the past 2 decades. In actual fact, craft beer has completely rejuvenated the market and brought it to a much younger audience. We've got an award-winning pie seller who bakes his pies and has won pretty much every award there is to win in the world of pie. So I mean, there's a rich mix of people at Tender Cow selling flat iron steak and chips. You know, those are staples that will not go away, and they are crowd pleasers that are done really well. The critical thing is that the people behind each of these independent businesses is passionate, is talented, and cares about what they do. And that goes back to the point that was being made earlier about reality. There's a story, there's a genuine story behind each of our traders, and they're putting out quality. And if you're putting out quality, then people will continue to come to your establishment.